I said, why are the Nigerian records flying higher than the Ghanaian ones? Because the Ghanaian doesn't really care about the money. They don't care about the business. It's just the love overpowers everything. So you feel it too, because there's really no business behind it.
You ask me where I get all my energy from. From the stage to the studio and to my desk. I am the energy god. And you can be one too.
You're listening to Adeshokbe Live, the Afrobeats podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another edition of Adeshokbe Live, the official Afrobeats podcast, where we break down the hottest topics in the culture. And sometimes I get a superstar guest with me to chop it up one-on-one. We're live from the Afromedia studios in London. And as always, I'd like to say a special thank you to everyone subscribing, liking, commenting. We need the subscriptions to go up because the bigger the platform, the bigger we are and the better we are promoting our own culture without having to wait for anybody to do that for us. So please take a minute to click on the subscribe button, subscribe, like, comment, and share with others so our platforms can grow bigger and wouldn't have to wait for anyone. Thank you for continuing to doing that. And this is brought to you by the Energy God Energy Drink. Drink and be yourself. Stay energized. As always, this is for us, by us. So you can visit theenergygod.com to place your order. Now I'm in the studio with an icon all the way from Africa, the west side of Africa to be exact. Representing the Black Stars of Ghana, one of the greatest and the superstar, one of my favorites. Please give it up for the fantastic dblack. The boss is in the building.
Before I even say anything, I have to give you your flowers. Even nobody's done it, but I'm sure they have.
Appreciate it, bro.
I'm doing it because I met you in 2012.
Yes, sir.
At the beginning of my career, and I've seen everything you've done. Sometimes I randomly message you just to tell you.
Yes, absolutely.
Your impact on Afrobeats culture has been amazing.
Thank you, brother.
I wouldn't put anybody before you.
Thank you, brother.
In terms of bigging up artists, pushing them to do better, promoting people's music. These interviews you do on the Afrobeats podcast.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
on behalf of the culture, on behalf of all Ghanaian creatives who have stepped into this room or in any other rooms that you work with. Bro, you've done it all, and I want to give you your flowers and say thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Listen, man, that means a lot to me, coming from someone that I'm a big fan of. You know, I was saying before the cameras came on that I found dblack by myself. I wasn't introduced to your music. I was just on YouTube, just watching videos, and I saw this artist that had incredible videos at the time, like palm trees in America. So I'm thinking this is an American rapper, like straight up, glossy videos, beautiful women. And then I saw in the chorus, in the comments, where people are saying, yo, big up Ghana, big up. I'm like, it's Ghanaian.
Yeah. So
I dug in a little bit deeper, and that's how I got to find out about you, about your music. You're a successful rapper, music maker, and now leading a label, an entrepreneur, own businesses. Let's talk about that music journey, especially me finding you as a rapper.
That video you saw with the palm trees was actually not even America. It was Ghana. It was an island in Ghana. I did that. That record was me and Davido.
That's crazy.
In 2013 or 2012. It's called Carigo. And the director was Famous Films, Giojima. He was the biggest director in the country at the time. And he made it look like it was in Ghana.
God damn, man. That was specific.
Ghana, it was Ghana all throughout the video.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk to me about rapping and rapping out of Ghana, making music. You talked about indigenous music being the dominating factor on Ghanaian radio and TV. Tell me a little bit about that and why and how you decided to take the route you took?
Okay, so when I first started out, I was about 16 or 17. I was introduced to hip hop very late. I was probably about 13 or 14 when I first got introduced to hip hop. I have 9 siblings, and 2 of them lived in the States. I hadn't seen them in years, my older brothers. So they came to Ghana one time, and they brought me Busta Rhymes album that had just come out. It was Extinction Level Event. They brought me DJ Clue, the Professional Part 1 and 2, the mixtapes that had Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak. They brought me Nostradamus. So that's when I got introduced to hip hop.
They took you straight to Blue Blood.
Straight. They brought me Blueprint 1, Jay-Z, Blueprint 2. So now, right after listening to those records, my brother goes back. He leaves all the CDs with me, and I go into boarding school. I've learned everybody's song. All the rap songs. I knew every verse from Beanie Siegel, Bleak. So I go into boarding school 3 hours away from Accra. I didn't want to go there, but that's where my parents took me. There was nobody rapping there. So now every Saturday is a boys' school where the train has to be past us. It's a seminary.
Wow.
But every Saturday we have 3 hours
Social
entertainment. Everybody's just dancing. Nobody's singing, nobody's rapping. So they're playing beats or songs from Method Man and Redman back in the day. And they're just dancing on the stage. One day I was like, I started reloading all these verses that I learned. And I jumped on the stage and I started. So every Saturday I'll give you, and now guess what? Because I'm so far out, and none of these people know Jay-Z, none of these people know Siegel, none of these people know Jadakiss. Everybody thought those were my verses.
You were dropping bars. You come off stage and be like, Charlie.
So after a year, I was like, you know what? Next level. I got to record my own verses.
Wow.
I had to find a studio in the town I was in. Write the verses, skip school, go record. Then I started performing my own verses. I came home and I had to find all the boys in my neighborhood who are rapping. I created a group. Then we took it to the next level. We found a studio next street of my house. All the biggest rappers in the country were recording there. That's where everybody was getting their break. So I'm like 18 now. I got kicked out of school for coming to Accra to record. I got to write my finals, but I'm going to the studio. And I'm going there and I'm seeing Sarkodie. I'm meeting Adam. I'm meeting Kwakasi. Everybody's trying to get a break. Nobody has no music on the radio.
But everybody's in the room.
That particular,
cooking.
in that studio.
What's that studio called?
It was called Hush Hush Studios. So there's big up Hammer, big ups JQ. They were the 2 producers, sound engineers at the time.
And we're resident there.
Yes, they were resident. So they were doing 6 to 6.
Hey.
So Hammer has a 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift. If you're a dope rapper, pull up. As soon as you walk in, you freestyle. You're good, you go in. You're not good, you stay out.
So you had to be sharp.
Yeah. It took people 2 years. It took people 10 years.
Wow.
So I was 18 at the time. I watched Kwabena get his break. I watched Castro get his break.
Damn.
I watched Sarkodie get his break. I watched Adam get his break. Kwakasi get his break. Then I got my break.
What was it like even waiting behind those names you mentioned? Did you feel like you were ready to go? You were like, when is this thing going to happen for me?
So the thing was, everybody there wanted to go now. Me, my family was pushing me to school.
Education.
They sent me another 3 hours away to university. So you know what's happening? I'm sitting in my room in uni. I'm studying economics. I'm sitting and I'm watching TV.
And then you see one of the
Then
boys.
I see my boys doing interviews.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
Boys don't
interview the next day. I'm on a bus to Accra. I'm not going for lectures. Bro, when is the next interview? When are we going to the studio? When are we? And I'm sleeping in the studio now. Then once in a while, I go back to school, go and show my face at lectures, and I come back. So now I'm my second year. I'm like, you know what, yeah? When I applied for universities, I applied for University of Ghana, Legon, which was in Accra.
In the city, Accra. So you won't travel far.
I applied. My mother forced me to apply to other cities. And let's assume the cutoff date for where my mother wanted me to go to was at the end of this month.
Yeah.
I was waiting for where I wanted to go to the letter to come. Now it's 27th. I have 4 more days. Where I wanted to go, the letter hadn't come. So I don't
the
know
other one
had come.
So you had to go.
My mother called all the uncles in the family. They pulled up to me in the house, said, you are going here. What if you don't get accepted?
In the other one,
I said, I'll get accepted. They forced me. I went to University of Cape Coast Economics. 1 week later, my letter came.
God damn it. But you've already enrolled there.
Fees have been paid, everything. So now, and there's no money to even do it yourself. Even if I could say, you know what, forget, I didn't have the money.
We're relying on the parents.
So I went and found a job.
Wow.
In Aphrodisiac nightclub. I started working in a nightclub when I came on vacation. So my second year, I went and took my letter and admitted myself changed without telling anybody.
Because you wanted to be close to the music.
Yes. So now I'm in University of Ghana and I'm studying music. I'm not studying economics anymore.
Wow. You not only did you change university, you changed your course too.
My course.
And you didn't tell anybody at home.
Nobody in the world knew. Nobody knew. And the studio I was recording at was 5 minutes from my university.
No way.
So I was working on a project myself.
Yes.
Then I met another rapper who was doing similar, Kweku T.
Yeah.
So Kweku T went into the Big Brother house. He came back a superstar. And we had done like 5 records together. And one day we're there working. And Two-Face walks in. And he comes to do a feature for a reggae artist in Ghana called Black Prophet.
Yes.
So he walks in with Small God. What's happening?
No, it's okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So he walks in with Small God to do a feature for somebody, Black Prophet. And I know he's leaving the country because he was brought into Ghana for a concert with Wyclef.
Yeah. I remember then.
We were nobodies. And I said, bro, could you please do a hook for me on one of my songs? And then Two-Face turned and then he looked at me and then I introduced myself. And then Small God said, oh, yo, that's my little man. Two-Face said, I have to be at the airport in 45 minutes. You know what? I'll do it. Play the beat. Two-Face jumped on the booth and did a hook for me. I was nobody. This was the biggest artist on the continent at the time.
Man.
So he did the hook for me. So I called the Kweku. I was like, yo, Two-Face did a hook for us. Let's finish the song. You know what? I don't have the money to do it. You don't have the money to do it. So let's take 3 of our solo projects or 4 of our solo projects and the 5 features we've done together plus this Two-Face one and put out an album together as a group. Once we blow up, you could do your thing, I could do my thing.
That was a plan from the beginning.
Yep. So we did it. I finished university. The same week I finished, we put out our first video. Nobody ever was sending me records to MTV and Channel O at the time. I went to the post office myself. Posted it to South Africa.
No way.
Myself, the video. I'm sitting home and I see Channel O playing it. I see MTV playing it.
No way.
And I'm inspired because I'm seeing the bunch. I'm seeing Don Jazzy, the Prince, Wande Cole, Nato C, Ikechukwu. They play their videos. Right after that, they are playing dblack and Kweku T's videos. Then they nominate us for Video of the Year. I fly to South Africa and I meet Two-Face again. And he's like, bro, I remember you.
No way. What does that do to you as a musician to have had a superstar at the pinnacle of his career, absolutely blessed and unknown for nothing after just meeting him in 15 minutes?
Yep. It makes me do that for other people all the time. Because he did it for me, and it didn't just end with him. Even after I left, after we parted ways as a group, I was nominated again every year. And then I actually beat these people in categories. And there was a guy I met who said, yo, I believe in you. Just don't forget me. This is my studio. Record as many songs as you want for your album. Just don't forget me.
Wow.
And he recorded 33 songs for me for free.
No way.
I was 22 at the time. By the time I was 23, I had my own album ready to go because of this guy called Waxy. So till today, My studio in my house, he set it up. Studio at the label, he sets it up.
Set it up.
When we record at the label, we send it to him to mix and master. He was a sound engineer.
You're still doing business with that
Yes.
brother, paying back.
Yes, and this is 13 years in. So for Two-Face to do that for me, I keep on doing the same thing for people because it means a lot to me.
Now let's talk about Ghana. For me, one of the most exciting cultures in Africa. There's an essence with Ghana that the country has been able to harness it so well, a lot better than other African countries. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I just believe that the people in Ghana and the country has been able to harness that Ghanaian identity so finely that if you're a Ghanaian, whether you're a creative musician, actor, whatever it is, that sauce kind of sparkles. Talk to me about Ghana and why that culture showcases itself so easily and seamlessly around everything else.
I think it's because Ghanaians are extremely passionate about what they do. That's why I asked you a question today. I said, why are the Nigerian records flying higher than the Ghanaian ones? Because the Ghanaian doesn't really care about the money. They don't care about the business. It's just the love overpowers everything. So you feel it too, because there's really no business behind it. There's really no, I want to make this amount of money off this thing. Everything is 100% passion and love. So if you're African, you feel it. Wherever you're from in the world, you feel that this is genuine passion, this is genuine love.
You hear it, you see it, you feel it, you taste it.
Yes. Food. But we have to add the business now.
Let's talk about that business.
Yeah, because that's the only way we can take it to the next level.
Absolutely.
The love and the passion is lovely, is amazing, but without the business, we're not going to the next level. Other people will take it to the next level. It's like the cook in the kitchen. You guys are the managers of the restaurant. You guys are the owners of the restaurant. You guys are the marketing executives. You're taking it. The chef has to also go to the next level too. The chef has to go to school.
To be able to benefit.
Yes. That's where we have to take it to.
You've gone from introducing yourself in a rap duo to now going on a solo incredible run now over a decade into the industry. I think it's about 5 or 6 projects you've dropped and multiple singles from your introduction stage. And now you've moved into the executive part, which is the label. Talk to me about taking that step, going into, owning a label, signing an artist, and you've been blessed with some incredible talents that you would name. Talk to me about going into that, your decision, and some of the talents that you've been a part of their success.
Okay, so in 2012, I had a big song called Vera. And
still sounds like it was dropped today. Vera. Dude, the production on that was crazy.
Yeah. So I featured a totally unknown person. He was my next door neighbor. He said he had rap skills. I said, this is my next single. And he said, I want to be on the next single. I said, nobody knows you. How can I put you on my next single? He jumps over the wall, comes into my house. I was like, yo, I'm leaving the studio now. Record it. Let me hear it. So he does a verse. And I hear it. I'm like, yo.
Boy, crazy.
Fire verse. I'll leave it. I help you too as an artist. I'll sign you. So that's how I birthed my label. I signed him. It's called Joey B.
A little known superstar by the name Joey B.
Yep. Biggest song in the country when we dropped it. The next year we're working on this project. I signed another producer. So there's 2 producers in my label. There's Semi-Black. There's his assistant called DJ Breezy. So Semi-Black is working on Joey B's album,
B.
and they get into a fight. Damn. I don't know what it was about. I wasn't there. Next day I come, they tell me. I'm like, ha. When Sammy comes to resolve this, Sammy doesn't show up. Never comes back ever.
Never.
Yeah. Next I heard he said he quit music. That week, I get a call from Lagos. It's DeVito. Brother, I'm coming to Ghana. We have to do something. I was like, yeah. When you coming? I was excited. He had Aye.
Yep.
Love the song.
Big.
It's like, yo, pull up. He flies into Ghana. He and his team come by the house. Sammy, my main producer, is not in. The assistant is Breezy. I'm like, bro.
Cook,
play. So he playing the beats, and then Davido calls me outside and says, where from this guy? I'm like, yo, he's the assistant to the main producer. And sometimes he sleeps in the studio, goes back and forth. He's like, yo, I found somebody just like this guy. He's called Sheezy. Yo, he's crazy. You know what? Let's record with this guy. So they cooked the beat from scratch. Me and Davido created a record, shot the video for it, put it out. Next week, Breezy's producing more beats. Joey B walks in the studio. He does Tonga. Off that beat, Sarkodie jumps on it. Biggest song
in the world. Video crazy too.
Our music awards come. Joey B wins Best New Artist. The next year, Breezy's nominated 7 #1 songs. He wins Producer of the Year. So between 2013 and 2016, these are the 2 talents that I had signed on my label.
God damn it.
Yeah. Big, huge producer, big new artist. Then in 2016, I took a break from music. I had a big song with Castro. And then he died. So I had dblack featuring Castro, Personal Person. Then we had Seho, Castro featuring dblack. And Castro had 5 songs on the top 10 charts in Ghana at the time. He had Adonai with
Sarkodie. Seho was going crazy.
He had another one with Asamoah and Kofi Kinata. Odopa. So,
man.
So you look at the top 10. So Seho with me is #1. Personal Person is #3. The one with Asamoah is there. The one with Sarkodie is there. And then he had another one by himself, a High Life record. And then he just goes jet skiing and disappears.
That was it.
So I couldn't perform the records. I just felt it would have been very out of place to continue performing the songs because it wasn't like he was dead.
Yeah.
He couldn't find a body. And I'm on stage jumping around. No, I'm not going to do it. So I decided to take a break from music. That's when I started building my nightclubs. So I went into events and building my clubs for 5 years. Then I signed another artist called Sefa.
It's one of our favorite guests on this podcast, by the way.
That's dope.
The whole team, really, she's just an absolute star.
Yeah.
And a human being. She came across so well that everybody in my podcast studio came out to say hello.
She's an
because
amazing,
they were listening to us talk.
Yeah, she's an amazing woman, amazing person. You know, we did a 5-year deal, and in the 4th year, she's like, "Can we do another 5 years?"
Damn.
Nobody really does that, you know.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. She said, "Boss, what do you think?" I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going nowhere. You're stuck with me.
That's the confidence.
Yeah. She has big records now.
Yeah, I've seen there's a new record out that she had the dance challenge.
With me.
You had the the single launch was crazy. Yeah. Everybody came out dressed up like she was looking
you're
fly.
You're watching.
No, that's my trust me.
Dope,
she had an impact on me, and I still keep I'm waiting for her to come back to London. I'm one of the biggest supporters.
That's dope.
And I'm definitely gonna rep her 1,000%.
Dope. That's really nice to know, man. She's doing really, really, really amazing things back in Ghana. She'll be here pretty soon. I should have come with her, but she just dropped a single and started her media tour in Ghana.
She's working.
So she'll be here by herself shortly. In a couple of weeks, she'll be here too.
That would be amazing.
So Sefa's been with me, and then I got back to the music myself 5 years later in 2021.
Drop that project.
I dropped Enjoyment Minister. Changed my name from just dblack.
Absolutely.
Added the Enjoyment Minister.
Yeah.
And then now I have an EP ready. Just dropped the first single a week and a half ago with Kiddy. It's called Bambalika. And I have an EP ready and I have a full album ready.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're gonna load up on the EP first? So are we getting the EP this year?
The EP is 1st December.
Okay, fantastic. What's it called?
The Ghanaian Visa.
So dblack is the Ghanaian Visa. Don't get it twisted.
So it's 7 songs.
Yeah.
And it's 7 genres of music.
Oh wow.
So there's an Afrobeat record.
Yep.
There's a reggae record.
Okay.
There's a hip hop record.
Let's go.
There's a gospel record.
Let's go.
There's a piano record. There's a hip life record.
Wow.
So I have every genre in there.
Producers who worked in that?
How many Nigerians? I think Sparrows Beats and Blaze Beats.
Wow.
So Blaze is crazy. Sparrows is crazy. So when I worked with Blaze, I didn't know all of his
catalog. His catalog is crazy.
So when we were about to put the song out, I went and looked. I was like,
it's crazy. He's done the biggest hits for
230
Adekunle Gold.
Adekunle.
Yeah.
Davido Field.
Davido. It's crazy.
Like,
no. It's not a game.
And I picked the record he produced as the first single.
Wow.
Without knowing all of this.
No way.
I had no idea. I just loved the sound. So when I saw what he had done and I saw he worked on Chris Brown's album too, I was like, Jesus Christ. So that's the first single that's out. It's called Bambalika. It's an old folk song that we used to sing as kids. That's what we took the rhythm for. So it's myself and Kiddy on the track, and then I think I'll drop the gospel record second.
Just lead with that,
and then we'll do a listening over here.
That would be fantastic, man. Let's definitely do that. First of all, you're being in the game that long and finding ways to keep yourself fresh. How do you do that? That's
passion. I love the music too much. It's number one on my priority list. So regardless of making money or the businesses, the restaurants and the clubs and all that stuff, my heart is with the music. So nothing can replace the music for me. And when you're passionate about something, you put your everything into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But where does the business acumen come from? Is that family background?
I think it's my dad, and then just that 2-year stint in university studying economics, and it's just a part of me. I can't really explain it. It's just that's just who I am. There are artists that are just creatives who can create music, and then their team take it. Yep. And market the hell out of it. Yep. And that's the artist who can do that, and also handle the business too. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I'm not the guy who's in the studio 24/7. I'll do Studio 6. I'll do the business 6. That's the artist who wants to be in the studio. They don't care about anything else. Nah, I'm the other.
You want to do both things.
Yeah, I can do both.
Both things. Yeah. Now talk to me. We've talked about, Ghana. The conversation always comes up. I was in the Twitter space whilst I was hosting the Darko Vibes event. With DJ Mensa and a lot of great people out in Ghana. A Black Voter. Everybody. We're just talking about. Just looking at how to also ensure that the voice, there's a balance. I'm a lot about the balance. And if you're a Nigerian, I think somehow you also feel Ghanaian. But a lot of people don't say it.
Brothers.
I think it's just that closeness. And if you look at each one of us, especially those of us that grew up in the 80s and stuff, we have maybe it's your uncle, your teacher, we're too linked. It's now that everybody's saying, "Oh man, this one's Nigerian, that one's Ghanaian." Back then, it was almost like this. It was almost like one country, to be honest with you. So we're looking at elevating the voices from other parts of Africa, especially Ghana, because of a variety of things. One, we're brothers, like you said, too close. Number two, there's a lot of inspiration and cultural vibes that we get from that side. So it's only right that those voices are elevated. You've talked about the business angle. What else do you think some of the, especially the newer artists, need to do from the black stars to ensure they're playing in the same pond as their brothers and sisters?
You know, early on I said the Ghanaians passionate about what they do,
Yeah,
and that's where they leave it at.
yep,
The business. The artists and creators need to understand that the music alone is not
it's
enough.
not enough.
You need to get up and grind. You need to take your phone, get on your social media, upload that studio session
Facts.
3 weeks ago,
Facts.
3 hours ago.
Facts. Let
Me,
people know.
I'm in the studio. When I'm done with my verse, I'm on my phone editing the session,
Straight.
the video, sending it to my guys, slap the logos. I can do it myself. I'm giving you content. People need to understand that the industry has changed.
Facts.
It's evolved. Market it, boost the post, upload it on
Facts.
YouTube, put
the adverts on
the
it.
ads on it, boost it,
Facts.
create content, get up, make sure book interviews, do shows,
Show up for interviews.
be in their face. The music is not enough. There's always a better singer than you.
Facts.
There's always a better producer. There's always a better DJ.
Facts.
But your marketing is the key to success.
Absolutely. How have you able to, you mentioned working with some of the most incredible talents, you know, Joey B, that's my brother, man. Like, you know, Joey
Amazing.
B for me,
Very underrated.
bro, like, I have to take a deep breath when, like, one of the most talented and incredible, it's like when I think about EL.
Yes.
Like when I think about those two rappers, in my mind, I struggle to find anybody.
Oh, you're listening. That's dope, man.
These are my people. Remember,
dope.
that's my era. So when I'm talking, when I mention EL, I mention Joey B, I'm talking straight up blue blood rap talent geniuses.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't get enough from them. I feel we've been cheated from such talents.
You know, I can speak on it because, look, when I first started, it was punchlines and metaphors and double entendres all over the place. I was nominated for a BET Award off of my first album. It was a full rap album. I made no money, little or no money off that. I went to the BET Awards in the same category
Yep.
as Two-Face,
Crazy.
who came and did a hook for me
Yep.
for nothing. And I was a nobody. The next year, that album was a BET nominated album for Best International Act. I was in the same category with Two-Face, DeBanj, Angelique Kidjo, Fally Ipupa. I came back, BET nominated, all the accolades. I made no money. Very little money. But the next year, as soon as I switched into commercial mode,
Dance
Hip Life,
mode.
Afrobeats, Dumb It Down, bought my first Range Rover, started, I was everywhere. Same thing happens to Joey B and EL. Happens to all of us. The masses don't want
They don't want the
hard-
bars.
The bars, they don't want it. So you have to find a balance, and you have to give them the commercial if you want to survive. If you want to be the big superstar, you have to give them the commercial records. And the commercial records, unfortunately, don't come with the bars. Don't come with the punchlines. Nobody's paying for that now. That's a small collective
Yep.
of people who stay true to just that.
Yep.
But they don't really find commercial success.
Facts.
So if you want commercial success, unfortunately, in this industry, you have to dumb it down. When I walked in here before the cameras were rolling, I said to you, why is Afrobeats exploding on the international scene?
Yep.
And it's all vocalists.
Yep.
There's no rapper
Yep.
who's exploding. If you say top 10, top 20
Yep.
African artists on the scene now, how many rappers do we have in there?
Yep.
and I find it hard to comprehend because when you say global superstars, excluding Africa, we'll find a couple rappers in there.
Facts.
You find singers, you find rappers, you
Facts.
find your Drake, you find your Jay-Z,
Yep.
you find your Lil Baby,
Yep.
you find your singers, you
Yep.
find your... But from here, it's vocalists. Why? Why do you think that is?
I've always said, I've said this personally to people like Sarkodie, I've said it to Ice Prince, I've said it to other rappers, that if you're going to make rap music in Africa, you're going to have to make a choice to make it the African way, which is we love to dance.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself, and that's one of the reasons, shout out to my boy Show Them Camp, shout out to my brother Sarkodie. That's the reason why those two rap personalities, are still in the conversation because they do what rap music was in the 90s, where a rapper gets a hooker.
Yeah.
A hook master will jump on a record and make it what it is.
Yeah.
Your biggest Method Man record, your biggest Redman record, your biggest Tupac record had a singer singing the hook.
Yeah.
Because of a specific reason. That's why at a point, rap was even part of R&B.
dblack featuring Kitty. Go check it out.
Simple.
Put 'em on
Brand new
up.
record out there.
Yeah.
So that is the simple, in my opinion, one of my favorite, I haven't said this on any podcast recently because I haven't recorded since I've been listening to this album, but one of my favorite albums right now is the brand new album by Nasty C.
I haven't listened to
My
it.
brother, I played it for Fino in the car. Fino he was blown away.
Nice to see is fire.
He,
Fire.
but it is a hip hop album.
Okay.
So if it hits in America, it's gonna blow because this brother is such a genius. It's unbelievable. But if it misses the American mark, it's got no home in Africa because there are absolutely no Afro-leaning records on it.
Zero.
I love the album so much. I listen to it every day, but I'm a hip-hop fan. But I know for a fact it's going to be difficult for him to get played in the Afrobeats parties, played at the African events, he could get played in South Africa, where hip-hop is still good. But outside of South Africa, that album most likely is going to miss the mark. In America, if it catches on, it's got Benny the Butcher on it. It's got some incredible... Come on, man. It's crazy. Like, I listen to it every day. And the way he can sing, he can rap, it's so good, bro. I played it. Fino was frozen in the car like, no, this album is amazing.
I'm about to get on it.
But it's a hip-hop album where it can only catch on in a hip-hop space in America. But you're an African brother.
Yeah.
And there's a record he had with the late, a.k.a. the Lemonade record.
Oh, my God.
Now, when you
Oh my
listen to
God.
Lemonade, now you're thinking, why didn't we just get an album full of, mixtures like this? Where
Lemonade?
look at how he came on that record.
Huh.
Oh, nasty C, man. You're nasty, bro.
retarded.
Absolutely nasty.
Retarded.
So that's the thing. I think that African rappers would have to make a choice.
Yeah.
What audience are you going to make music for? If it's an African audience, then you'd have to mix and mash. Because trust me, the largest music listeners from the continent are women.
Mm-hmm.
And they are more than likely not going to look at you just spitting at them. Bars.
I made my decision long ago. As soon as I did Vera,
Vera.
that was it for me. I took a break. I'm back. Now, I'm the party guy.
Enjoy
We're going to have a
every
good time. We're going to turn up. You listen to the album, so when the EP drop, maybe even before the EP drop, I'll play you
Please.
the hip-hop records.
Let's go.
I'll give you one hip-hop record, but majority of the records,
Bring everybody
let's
together.
have a good time.
Absolutely.
Life is too short
Yeah.
to be thinking too much. Let's dance. Let's turn up.
Absolutely, man. Listen.
We could leave anytime. I was coming here a week and a half ago. I was talking to my brother. I said, yo, pick me up. this is the booking for my hotel.
Yeah.
What. 3 days later, I'm texting his wife, telling her, "Oh, I'm flying out tomorrow. So you guys, this is my itinerary."
Yeah.
So it's 8 p.m. I'm texting her, and then she stopped replying. At 1 a.m., I got a call. My brother's dead.
No way.
Yeah. Running up the stairs, got a heart attack.
In Ghana?
Here in London.
No way.
Yeah, he's picking me up from the airport in 2 days.
No way.
Yeah. Like I said, life is short. So that's 47 years old. Doesn't drink, doesn't smoke.
God damn it. That's basically my age.
Yeah. He's gone. Funeral is in 2 weeks.
He was going up the stairs.
Yeah, just running up the stairs. Got a heart attack and died.
That's crazy, man.
Crazy.
My condolences, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. But emphasis on the fact that
Facts.
we're here to have a good time.
Absolutely.
Life is too short. You don't know when you're leaving.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's the mantra I live by. Be a good person and live your life to the best of your ability.
Absolutely.
You know?
My brother, thank you very much for taking the time out. Once the album comes out, we'll be having another conversation about the album. For now, the brand new single is out featuring Kitty. The EP is coming on the 1st of December.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the icons out of Africa, one of the best out of West Side of Africa, representing the Black Stars, is the Enjoyment Minister, dblack.
Yeah.
The Afrobeats Podcast.
Right. Right.